afternoon.
Hi, I'm Aaliyah. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm interviewing you today. Do you have a resume?
I do. Here you go.
Thank you. Alright, let's get started. Okay. Why do you feel that you are qualified to work for New York Hall of Science?
Well, I'm applying for the job of an explainer here, and on the application, you wanted someone who was personable and that would be able to conduct demonstrations, and I feel that I'm very prepared for that. Through grade school, I had to do science projects every year, and I really enjoyed them, but my favorite part was being able to explain these projects to the people in my class or my grade, and I even went to a science fair one year, which was pretty fun, and explaining it to people older than me, and I felt that not only did it help my personal skills, but being able to speak to other people, but the science behind it was really interesting as well.
Of course. You say you have an interest in science. Does that include science experiments?
Yes, I love science experiments. I think it's really interesting to see the different things that can happen, the unexpected things that happen when performing experiments. One of my favorite experiments was actually a few years ago when I used pencils and electricity to separate the hydrogen out of water, which sounds crazy, but it was really fun.
That's awesome. Maybe we should actually incorporate that in our museum. Okay, what experiences do you have working with customers where your knowledge was actually challenged?
When I was in high school, I was in our high school Key Club, and with a group of people, we would produce newsletters and share information with our faculty as well as students within the school, and we were always questioned about whether or not this information was true. So that's when I learned that you needed to be very confident in what it was that you were sharing. So once I'm confident in that information, I have no problem sharing it with others.
Yeah, working at our museum, you're going to deal with people that are going to question exactly your knowledge, and you're going to have to answer quick and precisely. At the museum, we have countless kids running around. Do you have any experience working with young children?
Professionally, no, but I've taken care of many children over the years, and I realized that you have to have a lot of patience because they ask why a lot, and you have to be very friendly, very approachable and friendly, but you also have to have a demeanor that, you know, you're being not strict, but you're authoritative in a way.
Exactly. Okay. One last question. If you were placed in a situation where you needed to explain something to a group of people, how would you go about doing that?
I'd actually be very comfortable doing that because I've had to explain things to many people over my many years. I actually volunteered at Lenox Hill Neighborhood House in Manhattan, and I would be a liaison between members of our center and the people in charge, and I would conduct surveys between our members and have to present it to large meetings. And after a few times, I became very comfortable speaking in front of large crowds.
Okay, perfect. All right. Do you have any questions for me?
I do. So what would a typical schedule be for someone who's also a full-time student, since I am in school?
Well, every explainer that we hire has to be enrolled in some type of accredited college. So you would be working 24 hours a week, which we would work around your schedule.
That's great. Also, how long I know you guys provide a training period to explain
Yes.
well, to teach me about your exhibits. How long does that typically last?
Well, you have a 5-day orientation period where you're going to learn just the basics of all of the stations we have at the museum. And then we're going to take you, following that, will be a 1-hour training session every week just to test your knowledge and to so you can gain a little bit more knowledge about new opening up sections of our museum. Anything else?
And I'm actually interested in what kind of demonstrations you guys do and what I would be learning.
Okay, well, we have 3 demonstrations. It is a cow eye section, a laser performance where you see how light refracts, and then also we have phases of matter. Well, everything here looks great. I have your resume. It was really nice meeting with you. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Interviewer, what did you think about the response to your questions?
I feel like she answered everything really well and kind of actually led into every question that I had coming. So it was, her first answer pretty much had some part of every question in it, so it worked out really well.
I saw that as you made many follow-up or secondary questions based on what she said to transition into the next idea. Aaliyah, what did you think about the questions that were asked of you?
I felt that they kind of related to both my experience and what I would be doing at the job. Like the first question, I don't remember what it is right now, I'm blanking. I'm sorry. I think it was my
For your qualified.
yeah, like qualifications. So my answer was like explaining not only what they expected of me, but how I could do that as well.
What would you say about the body language of your interviewer, Aaliyah?
She was looking me in the eye the whole time, so I felt the need to reciprocate, but I wasn't paying attention to much else.
You were not?
No.
Good. Because you should be paying attention to the person in the conversation. What did... I know sometimes we think having eye contact is weird,
Yes.
but it's needed. It's needed. That's how we also gain meaning to our messages, as we have learned in this semester. What did you... No. One thing that you would suggest your classmate do better, where can they improve? Let's start with Jen.
To be honest, I think she did really well. Maybe we'll just like review what you plan, like the points you wanted to get at. You know? I mean, same with me though, because I wish I kind of reviewed it a little bit more, like the facts of my business, because I kind of hesitated when I was saying some things to inform her, and I don't want to be hesitant when I say that.
So, same for Aaliyah.
Yeah.
Aaliyah, what do you think your partner could do better? One thing.
Yeah, your questions were really good. If she spoke a little slower because I was too busy trying to figure out how to answer. I was too busy trying to figure out how to answer that I wasn't paying attention completely to her question, so I was a little hesitant about that.
Okay.
So remember, again, this is a conversation, and although we prepare beforehand, just like in our informative speech, we want to make sure that this is extemporaneous. We prepared, but it sounds like it's just happening naturally. So you want to slow down a little bit and not just fire out questions. And when I say fire out, here's the next question.
Yeah.
You want to lead into it and make it natural.
Okay.
Good job, ladies.